Welcome! And I'm going to give you a few tips here when you're playing with your foundations. Now, sometimes your foundation is bigger than a sheet of paper. In this case, this one happens to be just a little bit bigger. And whichever way you have your foundations come, if you have to print multiples, in this case, I need to print 4 of them. I'm either going to print 4 or copy 4. That way they all come from the same device, so they're all the same size. I don't recommend mixing and matching, so keeping the original and using 3 copies. In this case, you want to make 4 copies so that they're all the same. You also want to make sure that you check your registration. All patterns should have this kind of a registration mark. It may not say exactly this, but it should be close, so that you know if everything is the right size. In this case, I put my handy dandy ruler up against this mark, and you see it fits perfectly into that 1-inch mark. And that's what we want to make sure. Now, if my little red box were just outside of my black lines here, I'd want to take the tab down and make sure that I printed it at, say, 98% and then remeasure. If it were just inside, I'd bump it up a little, say 102%, just to make sure. Not all printers print actual size, nor do they all copy actual size. So you want to make sure that you verify the size of your foundations before you get started. Otherwise, chances are your block won't come out as intended. Now, the second piece here is, in this case, I have 2 sheets of paper that are supposed to go together. So how do I make that happen? Well, there's another registration line right here. And this registration line tells me how to line these up. So it's kind of hard to look at them like this and see how they go together. You can do it if you want to put it up on a window or if you have a light box. The other way to do it is just to take and trim off at that line, just one side. So in this case, I'm cutting right on my line. And then what I'm going to do is put these together like so, making sure I match those registration marks. And you'll see that I should have lines that come together. And then I take tape. Now, I use my tape over the important parts, pressing right down, so that the pieces I need to have measured are exactly where they need to be. I don't really care if this space doesn't match. I need this space right in here to match. Once you get everything taped together, you can cut out your foundations and start having fun.